It is more often than not that Dubai and the UAE make history, and the country has done it again, as on Friday. 3 South African adventurers ended a 1,000-kilometre journey that saw them cross over mountains and sand dunes. At the end of more than a month's adventure, they achieved their goal. Our correspondent Khadija Saleh has this report.
South Africans Alex Harris, Marco Brocardo and Dave Joyce were the men who set out in February to cross the empty quarters in the Arabian Peninsula. The last leg of their 1,200-kilometer challenge finally ended at noon when they poured back into the creek, the water they took from the Arabian Sea, and marked the end of their adventure.
Challenging beliefs people have about what they think is possible and what they say is impossible. And I'm passionate about shifting that for most people. So when people say something's impossible, that gets me excited. It gets me thinking, well, maybe they haven't looked at the problem in a certain type of way. And that's kind of how my whole life is geared around. So we didn't set out to set a world record. We knew if we're successful, there's the chance of that. But it was more around the overall challenge of combining a unique environment, the desert, hot, carrying everything, human perseverance, the ability to push on, and seeing whether we could find a solution to get us to the end.
An important part of the unsupported challenge is to survive with only the supplies they brought with them, except for water which they refilled at certain stops. The team said it took about 5 years to put together the empty quarter expedition. Adding to their shared passion for adventure, they said their friendship saw them through the hardships and challenges they met along the way.
I'm a recovered drug addict, and my life's inspiration and my main objective in life is to bring hope to people that are either in drug addiction or families of people that are suffering from a drug addiction. A lot of people believe that drug addiction can't be beaten. So the fact that I did beat it and I'm recovered now for over 13 years is testament to the fact that it can be done. And I use these types of things, these activities where, you know, to most people they seem impossible, the same way drug addiction seems impossible to beat. I do these things to show people that if you put your mind to it and you do something, you take one step every single day, eventually you'll get to the end. And the same thing with drug addiction. If you keep fighting it and you keep battling it, you will beat it.
I do a lot of work with entrepreneurial businesses and help them to grow in that. And there are a lot of analogies, just in terms of problem solving, planning resources, making the most of what you've got, trying to get progress every day. So I have an opportunity to use this as a learning experience for other people. And I'm finding that is something that I've thought about over these last 40 days, and it's something that I'm going to try and spend a bit of time doing in the future.
This cart has been home for 40 days to Alex, Marco, and David when they decided to set out for a challenge many said was impossible to do, and now has inspired many across the globe.
We've been friends with Alex now for some years, and the inspiration of what he has done in the past and what he has completed today has really inspired us in our everyday lives and the challenges that we face and how we can dig in and get through the tough times.
I think seeing them reach the end of their adventure and overcome such amazing odds is something we'll always remember and apply to any challenges that we have in our lives, and we'll tell our kids that we were here and we saw them at the end of a long road, and I think we'll also never take for granted a drink of water again.
Throughout their journey, they maintained a blog that had a growing number of supporters, monitoring their progress and cheering them on. Among them are the parents of Dave Joyce, who flew into Dubai and welcomed the group.
You know, it wasn't really a surprise because David has always been an adventurous type. You know, he was a champion spear fisherman. They used to do adventure racing. I used to second them on that. And I thought this one was a bit big, but they've done it, and, you know, I really feel fantastic.
Well, when I first heard, I thought they were absolutely mad, and I was very, very concerned for them surviving it. But having followed them, they've been an absolute inspiration. They haven't given up. And having seen them walk that last bit, they never faltered and they just kept the pace. And I'm just so proud of him.
Now that it's over, the team won't suffer from thirst, share a sleeping bag, or walk for miles and miles on end. They have conquered Rub al Khali, the largest sand desert in the world. From the empty quarters, They came back full of lessons and experiences from the desert. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.